Imagine for a moment you're trapped in a world of unrelenting pain. Your body, once your greatest ally, has become your fiercest enemy. That was my world after a devastating car accident. Covered in burns, every inch of my skin screamed in agony every waking minute, and my nights were haunted by painful, restless dreams. The once clear line between reality and nightmare blurred, leaving me in a purgatory of suffering and despair. There was no escape, no reprieve, just endless torment. That's where my journey began, in the ashen ruins of my former life, alone in a hospital burn unit. The gravity of my situation weighed me down like a physical force. I was certain this was the end of the road, the conclusion of any semblance of meaningful existence. It was not just my body that was burned, but also my very will to live. It felt as if the universe itself had turned its back on me. Friends dwindled, family visits grew shorter, and I was left staring at the sterile white ceiling, contemplating a bleak and isolated future. Then she entered, a woman whose presence was as unexpected as her story. She called herself Marianne, and she told me tales that spanned centuries. Stories of endless love, undying commitment, and rebirth from ashes. At first, I thought she was a product of my deliberated mind, a figment made from painkillers and isolation. But each day she returned, unwavering, her stories weaving a tapestry richer than any life I had known even before my accident. Marianne spoke of her past lives, of loves lost and found, of art and death intertwining across the ages. She told me about her one true love, a man she had loved over several lifetimes, how they had always found each other, no matter the barriers of time and space. Listening to her, something within me stirred, a flicker of hope, a spark that I thought had died out in the flames that consumed my body. You see, Marianne would say, her eyes alight with a fire that seemed not to come from this world. Our bodies are just vessels. They hold our essence, our souls, but they are not all that we are. Love, hope, redemption, these transcend our physical forms. They are what bind us across lifetimes, across the expanse of the universe. Her conviction was infectious. In her stories, I found a journey of my own, a path that led away from the depths of my despair. Through her, I learned that pain, no matter how overwhelming, could be a crucible for transformation. Her faith in the connectivity of souls across time taught me about the resilience nestled deep within the human spirit, that despite all odds, can flourish slowly, imperceptibly at first. My outlook began to shift. The more I listened to Marianne, the more I found myself engaging with the world again. I started noticing the light that played on the leaves of the small plant by my window, the soft whisper of the breeze that sometimes wandered into my room, the stories of other patients echoing through the hospital halls, stories of struggle, yes, but also of small victories and laughter that echoed against all odds. Marianne's visits became the lifeline I clung to, pulling myself inch by inch out of my pit of despair. Her tales not only motivated me to fight through physical rehab, but ignited a desire to create my own story. One not defined by my accident, but driven by the possibilities that lay ahead. Recovery was not swift, nor was it easy. Each inch of progress was hard-earned, ridden with setbacks and days when the old darkness threatened to engulf me once again. But now I had something, or rather, someone, to anchor me. Marianne's belief in the transcendent nature of love and endurance, her unyielding support, and her unwavering friendship guided me through my darkest hours and led me into a new dawn. Now, years later, I stand not only as a survivor, but as a testament to the transformative power of stories and connection. My body still bears the scars of my past ordeal, but they are not symbols of pain anymore. They are my badges of survival, of a life reborn through the hope kindled by a stranger who walked into my life with tales of love stronger than time itself. So I ask you, whoever you might be and whatever battle you might be fighting, do you not see the threads of your own story unfolding? Could you, like me, find your strength renewed in the connections you forge, the stories you share, the love you nurture? What will your stories inspire in others? End of script.